Welcome to Author Toolset Tuesday, day 51 of the 2-Minute Author Challenge. Today's quote is a Latin proverb that says, "If the wind will not serve, take to the oars." Seems pretty simple and straightforward, right? Because if we just allow the winds of fate, if you will, blow us around, we're never going to get where we want to go. Hi there, my name is Christopher D'Armani. I help authors go from blank page to finished first draft to published book with ease. And today I want to talk about motivation and inspiration and about doing the things that are required so that we don't get lost in that, well, I'm just going to leave it up to some external force to get me to where I want to go, because that's typically not going to work very well. Because, as I alluded to, the winds of change, the winds of life are pretty darn fickle at best, right? We don't know where they're going to blow, when they're going to blow, if they're going to blow. Think of this sailor back in the days of sailing ships, where if the wind died and there was no wind, they were stuck. They weren't going anywhere, no matter how much they wanted to. They were at the mercy of something beyond their control. And if you're writing a book, I don't want you ever at the mercy of something that's out of your control during that process. I really don't. Allowing something you're not in control of to set the course for your life is, at best, well, insane. It's also a pretty darn good recipe for failure. It truly is. So your goal of writing and publishing a book that's going to transform the lives of the people you're writing it for, that requires a number of things. It requires time, requires effort, requires diligence, requires determination, grit, and it requires this deep-seated need to do whatever it takes to stay on course, no matter the cost. It truly does. But how do you set that correct course in the first place? There's a challenge, right? Because you want to make sure that you're in control of the process. So the very first thing that I would encourage you to do in the process of writing your book is, before you write a word in your book, you sit down and you design a complete, detailed roadmap for success. So why? Well, the roadmap for success is going to contain all the essential elements you need to know in order to get that book done. It's going to answer all the questions: who, what, when, where, why, and how. And I dive a lot more into this when we get on a call and talk about it. But it answers all the questions, and it basically builds the plan for writing your book. So you know why you're writing it, you know why it's important to you, you know who you're writing it for, you know what the problem is that you're going to solve for them. You're going to know when to schedule your writing sessions, because we're going to do a whole bunch of work to make sure all that stuff is crystal clear for you. And then we're going to go through and build your detailed outline as well, multi-layered, so that and designed in such a way is that once you start building your schedule for writing, you're keeping those writing appointments and you're moving forward every single day. It's a beautiful thing, and it all starts with this roadmap for success. So if you don't have one, or you're unclear what it is or how it can help you, my encouragement for you is to schedule how do you turn your dreams into a reality clarity call with me, so we can talk about that, so that I can help you get clear on what your book is about, why it's so important for you to write this thing, who you want to help, and then get into some of the details of, well, how do you make this possible given whatever your specific life circumstances are? So perhaps you have a full-time job, perhaps you have a family, perhaps you have both. All of these things impact the amount of time you're able to spend writing your book. But no matter how busy your life is, and I say this as a guy who spent 15, 16 years working in the movie industry, where upwards of 14 to 16 hours of the day were spent on a film set where I did not have control of my time. I was at the mercy of someone else's demands. I still found time to be able to get this stuff done. So if I can do it in that kind of a circumstance, I'm pretty positive that no matter what your life looks like, we can find a way to schedule the writing time that will allow you to complete and finish and publish your book. I'm 100% confident in that. But it all starts with, a clarity call for you, so that I can get you to believe it's possible for you as well. I already know it is, but until you believe it, it won't really, what I believe really won't matter. So that's kind of the purpose of this call, is to help you get clear and help you develop that faith in yourself that not only is this possible for you, but it's actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Inevitable. I love the word inevitable. That this is actually inevitable for you if you follow a couple of simple, basic steps and build this roadmap for success. It's all really doable. So with that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was helpful to you. And if it is, I would love it if you would like it and share it. And share in the comments what connected with you most. I would love to hear that. I would also love for you to connect with me on LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and all those social media accounts, all of which you can find at sleekbio.com/Christopher. All the links to all my social media accounts are there. And you can also schedule the clarity call right on that page as well. The link for that is there as well. And last but not least is my monthly giveaway. This month is for a copy of Scrivener, arguably one of the best writing tools out there for aspiring and professional authors of all kinds. ChristopherDiamani.net/giveaway is how you sign up for that. And lastly, my exhortation: don't let the winds of fate, the whims of life bounce you around and determine where you're going to go. Be intentional. Set the direction for your life and then build a plan to get there. If your goal is to write a book, I can help you with that. If your goal is something else, I can at the very least help you gain the clarity you need to move to your next step forward. All right? So with that, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.